Hello everyone. I am Hemant sir, and again we are continuing with the new session of the special biology class. So, in today's special biology class, we are going to understand about the ecosystem. We will understand today the ecosystem. Okay. So, first we will discuss what is ecosystem is all about. So, ecosystem is the geographical area. Ecosystem is the geographical area where living and non-living things, or we can say biotic and abiotic factors interacts with each other in order to sustain life of the living organism. Okay, this is the geographical area is called as beta ecosystem, is called as ecosystem. Okay, suppose you are having small fish pot at your home. That small fish pot also the kind of ecosystem. Okay, so let's discuss with what is given in your note here. Wait a second. So ecosystem is the geographical area. It is the geographical area where plant, animal, and other microorganism, as well as the weather. See, weather is the non-living thing. Okay, and landscape means the ground, and all the factors including their water, air, whatever it may be, soil, mountain, okay, everything, air also, okay, they work together to form the bubble of the life. Okay, means in they are working together to sustain life of living organism. That particular geographical area is called as ecosystem. Understood everyone what is ecosystem is all about?
Yes,
Everyone?
sir.
Understood, sir.
Yes. So I am writing here one more definition so that you will understand more precisely. So the geographical area, I'm writing here definition. Okay, ecosystem. Ecosystem. Okay, the geographical area where biotic, we will discuss about biotic and abiotic factor also, but we have to understand first ecosystem and then we will start biotic and abiotic. So the geographical area where biotic and abiotic factors interacts with each other, in order to sustain life of living organism is called as ecosystem. Understood everyone what is ecosystem is all about?
Yes, sir.
Yes sir. Any doubt beta here?
No, sir.
Okay, so I have one example, like question for you all. Which is the known largest ecosystem in our solar system? Which one is the largest ecosystem? Yes. Who is going to answer?
The Earth.
Yes, yes. Earth itself is the largest ecosystem. Okay, and the fish pot, like aquarium, we are having, like generally most of the people they are having at their home. This is the small ecosystem beta. Okay. Yes. So ecosystem contain biotic and abiotic factor. Biotic and biotic means all the living things, and abiotic means all the non-living things. Okay. So ecosystem contain biotic, they are living parts, as well as abiotic factor means which are non-living parts. Okay. Suppose on moon. Okay. If we are discussing about the moon, so all the abiotic factor
Sir.
are, yes, all the abiotic factor present there, but not the biotic. That's why we can't say moon is the ecosystem. Yes, Sahu, you are asking something. So ecosystem can be a very large as Earth and can be a very small as we have fish pot or aquarium at our home. Okay, so we are now I'm going to write examples of some ecosystem. We have ocean. Ocean. We have pond. We have river. We have dam. We
Sir,
have
air.
lake. Yes, air also. In air also. Mountain. Forest.
Earth.
Earth itself.
Sir means underground, means the underground living organisms.
Yes, yes. Okay, so these are the different examples of ecosystem. Understood, everyone?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
now we will discuss the components of ecosystem. It is again very important. So there are two types of component that we have divided on the basis of whether they are going to perform live processes or not. So on the basis of they are performing live processes or not, they are of beta two types. What are they? One is called biotic, which is the living, and another one is called abiotic, which is the non-living factors. Okay, so ecosystem include all the biotic and abiotic factors in one particular environment. Okay, so number one, all the biotic factors, like all the living things, whether they are plant or animal or microorganism, they are included in biotic factor, and those they are non-living. Okay, so I'm going to write example for biotic factors first. So biotic factor I'm writing over here. Example of biotic factor. Biotic factors. Okay, so what are the biotic factors? We have human being first. Human, we have other animal, we have all plants, we have all microbes, we have like aquatic animal, all included in animal itself. Okay, so all we have fungus. Okay, we have bryophytes, pteridophytes, whatever the living organism we have on earth comes under the biotic factor. Okay, beta. Now we are going to discuss about abiotic factors. So those factors of the ecosystem, they do not perform life processes, are called as abiotic factor, means they do not have life. So I'm going to write example for abiotic factor here. Example of abiotic factor. Abiotic factor. So what are abiotic factors? Example, we have like we have water. I was about to write H2O, but I'm writing water. We have air. We have rock. We have soil. We have minerals. We have radiation. Means sunlight. It is very important. Okay. We have soil is there. We have hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons, etc. Okay, all these are non-living things, but they are responsible for having life on earth. That's why earth is an ecosystem. Okay, so the living part of the ecosystem are including human being, animals, plants, micro, fungus, etc. Whereas the non-living parts of the ecosystem include water, air, rock, soil, minerals, radiation, hydrocarbons, etc. Okay, we have protein also. So all these, we have protein, we have carbohydrate, Okay, all these are beta non-living things, means they are abiotic factors of ecosystem. Understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, so now we have to cover the theoretic part we have here. See, the component of ecosystem consists of the two major component. One is called biotic, or it is also called as living component, and another one is called as non-biotic, or it is also called as non-living, or we used to say abiotic factor also. Okay, these are the non-living components. So biotic component include plant, animal, and decomposers are nothing but the microorganism including bacteria, fungus, pathogens, etc. Okay, and non-living component include air, water, land, mountain, whatever the portion that we have written here, all they comes under non-living things, mean they are abiotic factors. Okay, so I want everyone have to take a screenshot for that also. Done, beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay, any doubt till here?
No, sir, no doubt.
Sahu?
No, sir, no doubt.
Okay, so now we are going to discuss about the structure of ecosystem. Okay, so we'll start. Structure of ecosystem. Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you
Okay.
can start.
Yeah, so let me start the recording. Okay, so here in structure of ecosystem, we have beta like that we have discussed biotic and abiotic factor. So abiotic factor, they do not have life, so we have stopped their study here itself. Okay, but for biotic factor, we have different structure in our surrounding. Okay, so like living organism, they perform different kinds of function in our atmosphere. So on the basis of their function, their habitat, we have classified our biotic factor into different categories. That classification of biotic factor is nothing but it is called as the structure of ecosystem. It is called as the structure of ecosystem. So first in structure, biotic factors, they are divided into three categories. First one are called as beta producers. Why they are called as producers? Because all the green plant they included in producers. So I'm writing here all green plants, all green plants and blue green algae. Blue green algae. They are included in producer because they uses radiant energy of coming from the sun, and plant look the why all the plants they look green, because chlorophyll present in them. That chlorophyll have capacity to trap radiant energy of the sunlight, and by using water and carbon dioxide, they convert that inorganic component into the food beta. It is very important like process. This is the process by which life has evolved on earth. Okay, so I'm writing here like they performs photosynthesis. So in photosynthesis they absorb water and carbon dioxide, and they converts it into the food and also releases the oxygen gas. Okay, that process takes place in presence of sunlight, and this process is performed by the chlorophyll. Okay, this process is performed by the chlorophyll. Okay, that's why this process is whatever the organism they perform that process are called as beta producers, because they are producing food for entire organism. Okay, only green plant, whether they are present in terrestrial or aquatic, they are responsible for the production of food. Okay, that's why they are called as beta producers. They are called as producers. Okay, next category we have beta consumer. We have then consumer. So what a consumer? Consumer or the living organism, they depends on producers directly for their food, are called as consumer. What a consumer? Organism which depends on producer for their food, maybe directly or indirectly. Okay, that depends on producers only, are called as beta consumer, and consumer are the second component or second structure of the biotic sector. Then we have decomposers. Decomposers are again very important. Okay, so decomposers are nothing but the microorganism. They break down the dead organic matter of plant or animal into the simpler form, so that those minerals or compound can again included into the life cycle. Okay, that's why decomposers are very, very important. So I'm writing about decomposers. Microorganism which decomposes dead organic matter of plant and animal, plants and animal. Okay, and breaks down into simpler substance, simple form. Okay, those microorganisms are called as beta decomposers. So some bacteria are there and fungus are there. They are the decomposers of our ecosystem, and they are really very important. Next, we have divided consumer again into three categories beta. Three categories on the basis of their habit, their food habit. Means suppose we have organism, they only eat plant-based food. Okay, are called as beta herbivores. So we have the first category called as beta herbivores. What are herbivores? They are plant eaters.
They only eat plants.
Yes, plant and plant products. Okay, so we can write here plant eaters.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I have heard that human intestines are not properly made for digesting meat. We should only eat that plant and plant products. So is it true?
Uh, See, due to
Sir,
evolution.
carnivorous animals, they have very short intestine for digesting meat very fast.
Yes. Because cellulose is very complex food, which is the plant product. So cellulose is a very complex, we can say, carbohydrate. It is not going to divide easily. That's why we have appendix. So appendix is very important. There most of the bacteria are growing, and those bacteria secretes the enzyme which helps in digestion of cellulose. Like all other animals, they are
Sir,
eating.
then why is it said that the function of appendix is unknown?
because we are eating the cooked food. Means when we are cooking the food, that cellulose break down into simpler form. So there is no need to digest cellulose in our body. That's why it becomes vestigial organ.
Sir, and sometimes we also eat raw salads and also
Yeah.
that
So
is raw
some
cellulose.
only sometime, not daily basis, no.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So first we will discuss that, and we will discuss later about your that for it having meat and digestion of meat. We'll discuss that also. Okay. So primary, secondary and tertiary. So primary we have herbivorous, means they are primary consumers. They are primary consumers, like we have cow, we have goat, we have deer. All they totally depends on the plant product for their food. That's why they are called as herbivorous. If we are discuss about the secondary consumers, okay, so they direct, they used to eat animals like lion. We have tiger. They used to eat primary, means herbivores. Okay, so they are flesh eaters. I'm writing here flesh eaters. Okay, they are carnivorous means flesh eaters, beta. So they do not eat plant product, but they eat herbivorous animal. Means they are not directly depends on the plant, but they do indirectly depends on the plant. Okay, like plant eaters are herbivorous, and carnivorous, they used to eat herbivorous animal. That means they are indirectly depend on the plant only. Okay, so those organisms they used to eat the meat are called as secondary consumer, or they are called as primary carnivorous. Okay, now we have tertiary carnivorous. What are tertiary carnivorous? Yes. See, tertiary carnivorous are those organisms they can eat like primary carnivorous as well as herbivorous. Means like we have eagle. Okay, eagle can eat the meat of the dead dead lion, dead animal, or
Snake.
yes, yes, a snake is, yes, may eat snake also. So snake will come in secondary carnivorous.
Secondary carnivores.
Yes, yes, it is snake will come here, but eagle will eat snake also. That's why it is, we can say, topmost carnivorous. They are called as secondary carnivorous beta. Okay, so again they depends on their food, for their food on carnivorous as well as on herbivorous. That's why they are called as beta secondary carnivores. Understood?
Sir, what is the lifespan of eagle?
Eagle can live like, it depends, beta. It depends on the surrounding atmospheric condition, because most of the eagle they used to like 6 to 8 year also. Like
Okay,
suppose
sir.
we are rearing the parrot, it used to live like 4 to 5 year at our home also. Okay, so eagle they are living like a very long as compared to the parrot. Okay, so they may live up to 12 years. 8 to 12 years lifespan is there. It depends on the natural condition also. Okay, so the structure of the ecosystem include organism and physical features of the environment, including the amount of distribution of the nutrients, then particular habitat means the area where organisms are used to live. Like most of the animal they live on water, so they are called as aquatic. Those organisms they live on the land, they are called as terrestrial. Those organisms they can live on water as well as on land, they are called as amphibians. Okay, so habitat means the place where they used to live. Okay, it also provide information regarding the climatic condition of that particular area. So in structure of ecosystem we have to study about the climatic condition, we have to study about the habit of the living organism, primary, secondary, tertiary, decomposers, consumers, producers. We will discuss everything in the structure of ecosystem. Okay, so this is all about the structure of ecosystem, beta. Any doubt you have here? Yes. So we have 4 types of ecosystem beta. One is called aquatic, another is called as, here this is the aquatic ecosystem, like water ecosystem. Here it is the desert. No, it is desert. It is the terrestrial as well as land, which is called as terrestrial ecosystem. Okay, it is a river. Again, it is a kind of water ecosystem. And here we have